Okay.
Good.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Saturday, February the 12th edition of Don't Talk TV. We're heading back into the downtown core, down to Parliament Hill to see what things are like today. Continue with commentary, talking to people. As you can see, I've got a new microphone. So, sorry?
Free speech media.
Yes, courtesy of Free Speech Media. So thank you very much for that, and hopefully this will give us much better audio quality than we had during yesterday's live feed. We cut out a couple of times last night. I suspect we may cut out again today. I don't know if that's what that's caused by, but I don't think it's because the government is trying to block us or YouTube is trying to block us, because if they were, they wouldn't let us live stream, period. So the fact that it cut out, that could just be device issue, cellular service, lots of people watching YouTube.
See our convoy.
I want to be free.
Where's our injunction-compliant freedom-supporting device?
Injunction compliant freedom supporting device.
Well, I heard it. I don't see it, though.
The horn. Where's the horn, Mike? Come on.
Oh, hold on.
There we go.
Tell me I can't honk. Whatever happened to freedom of speech for a second? Freedom of expression. Freedom of opinion. The one that disturbs me the most is freedom of attack on religion. And I'm an atheist, and that really bothers me.
Well, I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but
We all should be free to believe whatever.
one of our party, Mike,
ET Media, I think?
ET.
What's your channel, Mike?
What's your channel again, Mike?
Temporarily shut down, I'd rather not say.
All right,
Okay,
fair enough.
temporarily shut down independent media journalist who's just commenting on our Section 2 freedoms that are guaranteed by the Charter. They're not granted by the Charter. The Charter didn't create them. The Charter just guarantees the previously existing rights that we've always had, including freedom of assembly, freedom of peaceful assembly, and freedom of religion, which Mike, although being an atheist himself, was saying that that's the one that's the most disturbing to him, when people are not allowed to worship whatever they believe in, or worship God in the way that they want to, or period. As we know, with these lockdowns, people have been locked out of churches entirely, depending on where you live. I have to say, Ontario hasn't been as bad as, say, Quebec and Manitoba, where there have been periods where it's just straight up illegal to go to church for lengthy periods of time. So I'll give that much credit to Premier Ford. At least he didn't go that far. But as we were discussing yesterday, the enacting of an emergency or declaration of an emergency over the peaceful protests going on in downtown Ottawa is a very serious and concerning overreach, in my view. As I've mentioned a number of times, the Emergency Management and Preparedness Act specifies an emergency as a disaster of major proportions that poses serious risk of bodily harm. So we'll see if things are different today, but I don't think we're going to see much different than we saw yesterday, or anything to support, any evidence to support emergency. As I was saying yesterday, with the law, all forms of law, the evidence, the actual evidence and facts is what guides the application of that law. And we're getting into dangerous times when declarations under certain laws are being made that are divorced from the reality of the facts on the ground. Morning.
One viewer asked, can it be challenged in court?
Okay, so a viewer asked, can the declaration of emergency be challenged in court? I hesitate slightly because it's not something I've ever dealt with. I don't think anyone's ever tried to challenge a declaration of emergency because declarations of emergency are generally exceedingly rare. Hi.
Say hi to my husband because he might be watching. What channel? Sorry. I love you, Adrian, so much.
Here.
Here, do it
That's
again.
my channel.
He's a lawyer that fights for the truckers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Tell us why you're here in Ottawa today.
Why I'm here? Because I have been bleeding since July of last year due to my first Moderna shot, and I am not getting my second shot, and I'm being forced to, and it's been a long road.
I'm sure it has. That's terrible. I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Not a lot of people listen, so thank you all. I was going to make a sign that's like, I have bled for 37 days straight. But I feel like that's a really big red target of conversation, so I was like, I'll just talk to people and like share my story and like, we're here for our kids.
I've got 4 kids, and
Yeah.
I want them to have freedom.
I
And
have 5.
Yeah, I have 5 too.
Wow!
my kids
are
are going to
crazy.
live in a country that they won't be allowed to do anything or be a part of anything. They won't know what any sport is like or anything.
Yeah, absolutely. My wife grew up in a communist country, and she could still go to church and play sports and go to school and that. So she says this is even worse than growing up in communist Poland.
Yeah,
Wild.
that's amazing.
Like, I literally can't believe. I want to wake up from the nightmare that this is.
Yeah.
Well,
Pinterest.
Yeah.
I think this is the alarm clock.
I
I
hope so, my friend. Amen. Amen. Thank you. And thank you for reporting it the way you are. Like we're all from Sarnia and like
Okay,
Washington.
great.
I'm Sarnia. Are you from Sarnia?
I'm living here. I'm American.
Yeah.
I'm not even Canadian. I'm a permanent resident, so I'm not even.
And she's
I'm not even able to.
Well, you're more than welcome all the same.
yeah, right? Amen. Amen.
Anyone who's in favor of freedom
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
welcome.
That's awesome. Thank
Appreciate
you.
guys coming.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for
Okay.
stopping. Adrian and Faye, I love you so much.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I guess that was one of those dangerous foreign actors from the United States that the FBI and CIA are so concerned about and are working with the Canadian government to keep an eye on, and maybe even some of those nefarious foreign funds came in via that individual.
It was awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I mean, this is what this is about. I mean, it's great to have normal conversations with people, just people saying hi, not being scared of each other after 2 years of walking down the street and people being masked so you can't see them and running to the other side of the street because they don't want to be near you. Which is unfortunate. I mean, that's what people have been. People look to authorities that they trust, so they're taught to do that. But it's it's a cure that's worse than the disease, in my view. I don't think a society where people are scared of each other is a very fun one to live in.
One of our commenters said people are tired of being told what to do, especially after 2 years. Very true.
One of our commenters, since you probably didn't pick that up from Richard, was one of the viewers commented that people are tired of being told what to do. I think that's right. I mean, I think people are tired of being treated like children, or people are incapacitated to be able to make their own decisions. Morning. We got more Mounties out here this morning.
Drunk with power, absolutely. Someone said drunk with power.
Yeah, one of the viewers said that our leaders are drunk with power. It's the evidence seems to point that way. And again, the thing that's most concerning to me is that we're essentially being ruled by medical officers of health who are not elected, who have no accountability. I mean, I have nothing against having medical officers of health, but it's a concern when they become the government. When we live in a constitutional monarchy, a constitutional monarchy that's governed by way of people choosing the legislative body by a vote. So here we are. We've made it from our Airbnb, getting down to the action downtown here. Richard, you said this is your favorite song?
One of my favorite songs.
One of your favorite songs. And if anyone has Viva Freeze live feed on another screen, let me know if you see them so we can try to track them down. Alright. You know? That's right. Here's my card.
Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you. It's nice.
Can I get your picture?
Sorry?
Can I get your picture?
Yeah, absolutely. My first selfie since we've been in Ottawa. Stratford, Ontario. There you go, that's me.
Awesome. You think you can take care of us? I can't reach.
Hey, another red ensign.
I listened to your videos.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
I've learned so much about law.
I'm so glad to hear that.
I don't know what happened. I think my finger's too cold.
Got it? Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So continue down towards Parliament Hill. I was wondering when we were going to see a regular Don't Talk TV viewer.
She was a follower. She
Yeah.
pointed you out.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
great.
Yes. It's amazing.
So as always, thank you everyone for watching.
Look at this.
Hey.
Great. Thank you, bud.
Oh, we got some more serious camera equipment set up here. Do you think that's mainstream TV or mainstream media? I don't know. They're actually interviewing someone with a flag on though, so it's hard to say. Usually, mainstream media has a bigger crew than just one.
How fitting of a song.
That looks like that phone was saved by its case.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Oh no, that's not the one that was up on blocks. Well, this has much more of a Canadian feel today. Well, yesterday had plenty of Canadian feel, but with the blowing snow, it has a little bit extra flavor of Canadiana.
So what's this? Viva goes live around 11. Where and when?
Okay, well, it's getting pretty close to 11, isn't it? So if Viva's going live at 11, should be
Quarter to 11.
so quarter to 11. Okay, so
Where he is.
yeah, if anyone knows where Viva's gonna be starting, then maybe we'll head to that direction. Try to meet up with him when he's early into his live stream.
Have a nice day. You too. Yeah, thank you.
Are you with the frontline nurses?
Yeah, is that?
What's that? Are you with the frontline nurses? No, I'm a social worker.
Hi, ma'am. I'm live streaming. You okay being on camera for a second? Can we film your sign? Don't Talk TV is my YouTube channel. I'm a lawyer. I'm one of the lawyers who's helping to represent the truckers with the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms.
Oh, yeah.
So I like your sign there. It says, "Do I look like a white supremacist? Canadians unite, end all mandates. Freedom." Are you okay with me on camera? Or you want us to keep you off camera?
Sure, why not? I don't care.
Okay. So where are you from?
We're close to Ottawa.
Okay.
Sorry, to Oshawa.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you, my brother.
God bless you.
Thank you. Lots of love.
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing lots of love all over the place here.
Absolutely. Quite the opposite of what you get on mainstream media.
Yeah. Have you felt threatened or in danger at all being here?
Absolutely not.
We've never felt more welcome in our lives. This is our third time down.
Oh,
Third
fantastic. Well,
The
thank you
love
for
is
coming.
Incredible among the people here.
Thank you. And that's exactly what I've been seeing. I just keep asking because, as I say, as a lawyer, it's all about the facts and the evidence, not what people feel. It's about the evidence. So I'm trying to show the evidence of what's actually going on here, because if you watch mainstream media, you'd think that this is, hundreds of Ed Nortons from American History X walking around with their shirt off with a big swastika on their chest, breaking into stores and dragging people out. But that's the opposite is what's here.
Never confuse mainstream media with reality.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying yesterday, like really, we don't even need any of these police. If they weren't here, everything would be the same as it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they must be torn as well.
I think they are too. When I talk to them, they're not allowed to say much, but you can kind of just tell from their body language that they're not interested in oppressing us. If I could put it that way.
That's definitely true.
And if I have anything that I'd really want to get out there is that this whole thing about white supremacists and racism and racists, absolutely a lie from the third pit of hell. All we want as Canadians just to live as free people. This is a society where we basically value our fundamental freedom, and that's what we want. Just to be able to live as free people, free from the tyranny of government.
And right now, roughly 20% of Canadians have to escape to get out of our country. I've never seen that happen before.
Yeah, I mean that's the type of stuff that happens in communist countries where you have to sneak out to get out.
Yeah, you have to, and I know a family that's going to be leaving this summer. They're spending $8,000 just to get across the border.
Yeah, whoever thought Canadians would be paying human traffickers or smugglers to smuggle them out of the country, eh?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. You have to get a private plane, and it's very expensive.
Right.
And we've just never experienced anything like this in our life. I was critical of countries like this where you had to escape to get out.
Right.
And here we are.
Yeah.
And
Well, thank you
It's
for.
also incredible to say that my husband is a retired police officer for 35 years from Durham Region Police.
Right.
And
Well.
it's not the norm for him to be out here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, there's all kinds of. I mean, if people knew me before COVID, I'd probably be one of the last people they'd expect to be out at a protest either. But thank you for coming and thank you for talking to me. Okay, that wasn't close enough.
Well, yeah, you're still picking it up, but it sounds better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The closer it is, the better the sound.
Okay, so I'll try to. I'll try to hold the mic a little bit closer. We're learning as we go here.
She almost made me cry.
Yeah, Richard is saying she almost made him cry, but I mean, I can feel that. I mean, this is you just see people what Canada is and what we've lost, but also the way to restoration. Yes, sir.
I didn't want to go in front.
That's okay. Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay.
Just said retired police.
Okay, good.
Excellent interview. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. That was a great interview. I mean, every interview's been great, really. Every person we've met, everyone has their own story, their own reasons for being here, and I think, again, we're covering the evidence, not what certain people feel or want to be the situation, so they can what's the word I'm looking for? Try to denigrate or downplay this, but no, this isn't a tiny fringe of white supremacists. This is just Canadians from all walks of life.
Yeah, my hands are too close.
Yeah, it's definitely cooler today than it was yesterday. I'm feeling certain,
You
and
wanted the snow.
I did want the snow. Yeah, it's my fault. It's my fault for saying I wanted snow for the more Canadian, the true Canadian experience of protesting. Although really, you could barely call this a protest.
Right.
I mean, you know, it is obviously because we're protesting against mandates and COVID laws, but it doesn't have the feel of a protest. It has the feel of just Canadians gathering, being Canadians. Just one of the signs that Richard just went past there talks about fascism. I mean, that's one of the interesting things about this. The government seems to be trying to suggest that, or the mainstream media tries to suggest that people are somehow fascists that are here asking for their freedoms back. I mean, when did you ever hear of fascism standing for freedom? The term fascism comes from the Latin or Italian fascia, which are a type of sticks bundled together. In fact, the symbol of the Italian Fascist Party was the fascia that in the ancient Roman Empire, there was a certain office called the lictor who would carry this bundle of sticks bound around an axe. And the whole point was that those sticks, when they're bound together, makes that axe handle unbreakable. So fascism is all about that. It's a collectivist ideology where everything's about for the good of the society, not the individual. Individual rights mean nothing. The individual is nothing. The state is everything. That seems a lot closer to we're all in this together than wanting basic freedoms does.
No. I don't want to get into that.
Okay. So I guess things are still getting going in the morning here. Not quite as loud and boisterous as yesterday as we're getting close to the stage. Yeah, no, that's a hat, yeah. Okay, let's see how the crowd is this morning. Yeah, well, it's looking as we're closing in here. It seems like people are are stretched down Metcalfe Street more rather than along Wellington today. And a lot of people are probably lining up here because I've heard that Dr. Robert Malone and Dr. is it Peter McCullough? They're making a surprise visit today. So they're for sure going to be speakers that a lot of people are going to want to hear from. As I stress on here, I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not a scientist, so I can't comment on the science. But those gentlemen certainly can. They're very, very highly credentialed individuals, as I'm sure most viewers know. I mean, Dr. Malone invented the mRNA technology. Or is one of the inventors of it in any event. Well, that's a large Quebec flag. Let's go through here. Let's see how far things are stretched down Metcalfe Street. I think that's the same Australian gentleman we met yesterday. Oh, MTV? Is that a mainstream media or a alternate? MTV, I think of like much music or something, but Richard, did you just get assaulted by that flag? Sorry? Okay, apparently MTV may be a Montreal-based mainstream media outlet. Yeah, things are starting to build up down here a bit. Yeah. So any word on Mr. Freiheit?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he'll probably start up soon, and then someone will track him down for us. So I'm just going to check what the buzzing on my phone was about.
I don't know if it's actual MTV or not. That's hilarious.
I know, right? I've never seen that logo before. It's fun. I think it's a Montreal.
Hey, there's some PPC supporters there.
She's live streaming too, something.
Or is she? Well, we should go say hi to the PPC people. Since hi there. Are you live streaming?
I am.
Me too.
Oh, you carry a card?
I do.
I'm a very early on freelance Facebook live feed
Okay.
to share the
Great.
world.
YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Are you okay being on camera?
Oh yeah, I'm
she's
okay
on
with
her-
that.
Yeah, my name's Nicholas Wansputter. I'm a lawyer, so that's Don't Talk TV is my channel.
Okay.
So-
I'll check it out for sure. We need to stand together.
Yeah, absolutely. So where are you from?
We're north of Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah.
6-hour drive.
Okay, well that's still a good hike because we came from I came from Stratford. Now it's about 6 hours. Yeah. Oh,
Third weekend. We're
congrats.
hardcore. We're fighting for freedom. We have 3 grandchildren. I have kids that want to have kids, and this is why we're here. We're fighting for our freedoms.
Yeah, that's absolutely. I have 5 children. My cameraman Richard, he has 5 children as well. So
Wow, you guys
we
are-
know how important it is. I mean,
very important.
2 years is
too long.
huge in the life of a child, and they're the ones who are going to have to inherit the world
That's right.
that we create out of this. So.
I'm ashamed. I'm not ashamed, but I'm sad that my kids have come into this world and they're not going to have the same lifestyles and everything that we've had. So it really makes me sad because this is a beautiful country and we deserve it.
Well, yeah, and they deserve it. You're right, and they. I know they're very appreciative of everyone that's here as well. So I couldn't bring all my children with me, but they want to pass along their
They're here in
thanks.
spirit, and I say that.
Yeah, one of them's behind me carrying the red ensign flag there.
Oh, nice. I always say, if you can't be here, you're here in spirit. Think of us, send prayers and well wishes, because you know what? This is
Absolutely.
important.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Be the bridge, man.
someone.